Hello and welcome to today's lesson. We're going to explore about vertebrates, wherein these are animals with backbones, and see what makes them unique among the animal kingdom. We'll cover their characteristics, classifications, and examples from each group. Today, I will introduce to you about vertebrates as animals that possesses a backbone or spinal column, emphasize the importance of the spine in protecting the spinal cord, wherein it is a crucial part of the nervous system. Later on, we're going to discuss about the different animals, wherein it is generally classified either as vertebrates or invertebrates. Vertebrates are animals that have backbone or vertebral column. This backbone supports the spinal cord, which connects to the brain, creating the central nervous system. So the backbone can be compared to a sturdy column that supports a building, while the spinal cord acts like the main highway for information flow between the brain and the rest of the body. Vertebrates, as compared to other animals, have internal skeletons that gives them shape and structure. This internal skeleton, also known as endoskeleton, supports the body and provides a place for muscles to attach. Also, they have larger and more developed brains, which makes them higher forms of animals. In here, the larger brain of vertebrates allow for advanced behaviors and complex body functions. Vertebrates are classified into five groups, namely fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Vertebrates can be divided into two categories based on how they regulate body temperature. They can be categorized as cold-blooded or warm-blooded animals. Fishes, amphibians, and reptiles are cold-blooded, meaning their body temperature changes with the environment. Cold-blooded animals rely on sunlight to warm up or seek shade to cool down, unlike warm-blooded animals, which maintain a steady internal temperature. Cold-blooded vertebrates don't need to eat as often because they use their environment rather than their metabolism to regulate body heat. This makes them more energy efficient in cooler environments. For example, reptiles like snakes can go weeks without eating, as their slower metabolism allows them to conserve energy between meals. Warm-blooded vertebrates, such as birds and animals, maintain a stable body temperature regardless of the environment. This requires them to eat frequently to fuel their body. For example, birds eat several times a day to maintain the energy needed for flight, while mammals, like humans, rely on regular meals to keep their body temperature consistent. The first group of vertebrates are fishes. Fishes are vertebrates adapted to live in water. Examples are shark, clownfish, and pufferfish. Fishes, they have streamlined bodies for swimming, tails for movement, fins for steering, and gills for breathing underwater. They also have scales for protection. For example, sharks uses their fin to navigate through the ocean and have powerful tails for quick bursts of speed. Clownfish, so sikat dyan si Nemo, known for their bright colors, they have a rounded body shape that helps them move easily in coral reefs. Most fish reproduce by laying eggs. These eggs are often fertilized outside the female's body, and the young fish hatch ready to swim and survive. An example is a female salmon, wherein it can lay thousands of eggs in a riverbed, and a young fish must quickly adapt to avoid the predators. Next group of vertebrates are amphibians. Amphibians are unique because they can live both in water and on land. When they are young, they have gills for breathing underwater, but as they mature, they develop lungs for breathing air. A very good example are frogs, wherein they start as tadpoles with gills, but they grow legs and lungs as they transform into adult frogs, enabling them to live outside water. As amphibians grow older, their gills disappear and they develop lungs for living on land. They often have moist skin, which allows them to absorb oxygen directly from the air. For example, salamanders can absorb oxygen through their thin, moist skin, making them sensitive to environmental changes, especially pollution. The third group of vertebrates are reptiles. Reptiles are mostly land-dwelling vertebrates, although some live in water. They have lungs from birth, dry skin, and hard scales that protect them from predators and harsh environments. For example, crocodiles have strong jaws and tough scales, allowing them to thrive both in water and on land, while snakes are agile hunters with scales that provide camouflage. Reptiles lay eggs with leathery shells, which help prevent dehydration. They are usually more independent when they hatch, requiring less parental care. For example, sea turtles lay eggs in sand nests, and the hatchlings instinctively head to the ocean after emerging from their shells. Fourth group of vertebrates are birds. Birds are warm-blooded vertebrates covered with feathers. They have wings, hollow bones, and a lightweight structure that allows them to fly. Birds have bills or beaks suited to their diet. For example, eagles have long beaks for tearing meat, while hummingbirds have long, thin beaks for sipping nectar. Birds have adaptations that make flight possible, including thin skulls and hollow bones. However, not all birds can fly. Some, like penguins, are better adapted to swim. For example, chickens can only fly short distances because of heavier body structure. Birds lay hard shells, which are usually incubated in a nest. The parents often care for the young, keeping them warm and feeding them until they are independent. For example, mother robins keep their eggs warm and feed the hatchlings with worms and insects until they can fly and become independent on their own. Ostrich can't fly because it has bigger body than its wings, while penguin can't fly because it's more adapted to swim in water. Others paddle and swim in water like ducks and geese. The fifth group of vertebrates are mammals. Mammals are warm-blooded vertebrates with fur or hair. They are the only animals with mammary glands which produce milk to nourish their young. For example, cats have fur that provides warmth and protection, while whales, though hairless, have a layer of blubber for insulation in cold waters. Most mammals give birth to live young, which develop inside the mother's body. These young mammals are typically well-formed and resemble their parents. Elephants have long pregnancies, resulting in calves that can walk shortly after birth, closely following their mothers for protection. Vertebrates, namely fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals, play significant roles in the ecosystem and are essential to human life. They serve as sources of food, contribute to biological processes, and even enhance the beauty of nature. For example, fish provide a major food source for humans, while birds also play a significant role in pollination, supporting plant life. Vertebrates have advanced brains, which makes them capable of learning and problem solving. Many can be trained, like dogs, which are often used as guard animals and companions. Dogs can be trained to assist humans with disabilities, showcasing the intelligence and adaptability of mammals. Therefore, it is really important to protect vertebrates and their habitats. Humans must work to conserve the environment, which benefits both animals and people alike. So, there's really a need for sustainable practices, protecting forests, oceans, and rivers to maintain biodiversity and ecosystem health. Now that we are done in discussing about vertebrates, let's do a quick activity to test your understanding. Write true if the statement is correct or change the underlined word to make it accurate. Number 1. Vertebrates are animals with spinal cords. That's right. The answer is true. Number 2. Penguins are vertebrates. The answer is true because penguins are under birds and birds are vertebrates. Number 3. Mammals are vertebrates. The answer is true. Number 4. Humans are examples of reptiles. That's incorrect. So humans are examples of instead of reptiles, we write mammals. Number 5. Frogs can lay eggs. That's right. The answer is true. Now, let's classify some examples. Identify which group each vertebrate belong by checking the appropriate category. So we have the following animals: the elephant, salamander, whale, penguin, ape, catfish, hamster, toad, goldfish, and owl. Identify what group of vertebrates do they belong. Do they belong under fishes, mammals, amphibians, birds, or reptiles? So after that, okay, we're gonna check that one in our classroom. So with that, thank you and bye-bye.